All right, I want to show you guys something that I just did that is like super powerful, and so um, I thought maybe I'd share it with you. So the first thing that I did was put I took 608 videos, all of Charles Dowdle's videos. Charles Dowdle is a famous gardener. He's in Zone 7, which is the same zone that I'm in. And so there's a tool called YouTube Transcript, YouTube-transcript.io. So I took all of his videos, um, and you can imagine 608 video transcripts has a ton of information in it. And I created a new GPT project called Charles Dowding Gardening Advice, and I just made a combined transcript of all of the 608 files into a text file and added it to the project documents. And then the instructions to the project are just, whenever a user asks a question, refer only to that project document and for getting the information. So I will just show you my last um, conversation with it, because what you do then is you start asking questions like you could even say, what are the types of lettuce that Charles Dowding plants, and which ones should I be seeding right now to plant out in late July, early August, for instance. Types of lettuce Charles Dowding plants: Navarra, Saragossa, Paris Island, winter density. When to sow lettuce for late July, early August planting. For Harding lettuce, Charles recommends sowing in modules around early to mid-July, possibly even end of July, to have plants ready to transplant by blah, blah, blah. So anyways, it gives all these things. Strongly favors sowing lettuce in modules under cover. So if you want to plant them in late July or August, you should sow them no later than mid-July, ideally giving 3 to 4 weeks, but for the seedlings to get big enough. Summary. For now, sow Navarra, Sargas, Paris Island, winter density modules under cover. So I could say, what is a Harting lettuce? Is a type of lettuce that forms a dense closed head or heart in the center, like you see with romaine and butterhead types. Okay. When Charles talks about Harding lettuce, okay, what butterhead varieties does he plant? Um, so just when to sow this. When okay. Um, can I plant potatoes sometime for fall or next spring harvest? He does not usually recommend planting potatoes for a late autumn harvest. In the UK climate, and his zone 7 is like yours in Oregon. See, this is one thing, is that ChatGPT has all my context just from all of my conversations with it, so it knows I'm in Oregon and blah blah blah. The reason later plantings, July or August, struggle because days are shortening, blah, blah, blah. Blight risk is higher. Tuber growth slows down when nights cool. He does occasionally mention second cropping potatoes. This means planting seed potatoes in July for harvest in October or November, but it needs specific varieties like Charlotte or Nicola that are certified for second cropping. So, anyways, as you can see, I'm taking all of the information from 600 videos and having access to quickly synthesize and get it all the information. And my last conversation that I had with it, uh, it I just specifically said, it's July 10th, and it I just ask it what are all the things that I could be planting, shortly after July 10th. I asked it what things I could direct seed, because I haven't planted modules yet, and so it gave me all these things about can't be sown in late July. Um, these he prefers modules, and here's the timeline of when you can plant stuff. It, gave me a little calendar, So anyway, so the point is that you can do this with anything, any kinds of videos. And I mentioned financial woodworking. You could do, just I think you could also combine channels. As I mentioned, you could have a financial one where you put 5 channels on there. You could have a bluegrass one where you put 5 channels on there, or obviously any possible interest you could think of. I think cooking would be a great one. There's people who have cooking channels with hundreds of videos, and you could just download the transcripts of all their videos, and then you could easily find the video or the recipe that you're looking for. So anyway.